All right, guys, welcome on board. It's Football Yarn episode 36, and we've got loads of interesting talking points, just as usual, from Haaland records and talking about Rashford's Rockets in the UCL as well. Goal of the week, maybe. And of course, we'll be talking about José Mourinho homecoming as well. And plenty cookings today, even though we don't get jollof rice, or we don't get big pot of rice like Hilda Bassi would. But definitely, trust me, we're ready to cook. And we're going to cook. The boys are, I can call them boys. Yeah. Lekon is my boy. Forget about the PhD he has in love or whatever he's doing. And Kayo Mikpo, he's a big boy now, but he's still my boy. All right, guys, welcome on board. And of course, we've got, what should I call it? A new, no, like,
he's always been here.
Yeah, he's always been
in
here.
Spirit.
In spirit. But officially,
you can say that again.
Yeah, physically now.
Olale is joining us today.
Right.
He's going to be the last person. All right, Lekon, welcome on board. How are you doing today? It's Football Yarn episode 36. I mean, it feels like we've been doing this since 1996. Am I the only one having that feeling?
Oh, long.
From 1986.
Since wherever. 1966. This is Lekon here. Lekon, Olayomi. You know, man of many inspiration, professor of love, PhD in love, and PhD in everything. I talk it, I say it. No, who doesn't?
PhD in law, we don't get girlfriend.
It's
good to be back here again. It's good to be back here again after a long while, right?
Yeah.
So let's do this, guys.
Hey, Olale, my man, how you doing? I call him man. He's not a boy. So good to have you on board.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I'm excited. My name is Olalere Akeade, and I'm here with my full body.
Not in spirit this time around.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, let's cook. I mean, let's cook from Arsenal rumor. Arsenal defense solidity, has been carried into the Europe again. They opened their UCL campaign with a 2-0 win over Atletico Bilbao. But I'm going to start from Lekon because me and Lekon, he did one investment we would always do. From investment perspective, there were many cries on Twitter, especially for many of us that have been doing this, investments with Arsenal. We know, say Arsenal, normal, score, Ayo, this is not for you now.
No, I'm
this is elders conversation. So, Lekon, from a betting perspective, of course, Arsenal now, no goals conceded, angles, that still remains strong traditionally. But they've been good in scoring both halves. But in Bilbao, we saw that falter largely. I mean, many have come to accuse this due to Mikel Arteta, player positioning choices. The Gunners controlled the game, but yes, they left the goals on the table. And it still raises one question mark. Is Arteta obsession with tactical flexibility actually limiting Arsenal's scoring potential?
Because that question, I have to know.
No. From investment.
From investment.
Yeah.
Because say person, go carry us now. Premier League day, but on you say you go carry them because say they go do them as they talk am. Say they go do them. So you go do investment. You go carry all your fortune, all your life, put down for that business, and then they go do as they do. But it's not surprising because it's Arsenal.
What is not surprising? In the last 3 matches in the EPL, Arsenal have been scoring.
I'm saying Arsenal.
Okay,
let me say my thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Arsenal. They are not. It's not surprising. So Arteta is a problem of Arsenal. He's very rigid. So me personally, I don't talk much on him because it breaks my heart. I have my fortune.
All right, let me talk to one of Arsenal faithful.
You still get out.
You love that.
Arsenal problem is Arteta himself. Should we agree with that?
Yeah. Well, I don't think we can say Arsenal's problem is Arteta because if you look at what Arteta has done for the Arsenal Football Club, we know during the days of Arsene Wenger, we know how teams usually beat off 5-1, 6-0. I think its basics for Arteta is defense. He wants the team to be solid. But I think after he has built the defense for so long, I think by now there should be a type of flair with the kind of players that we have signed this season. I believe he should, release the handbrake sort of. Allow the players to really play the attacking style so that at least they will show. I don't think it's a problem, but I think it's just getting to know what to do now. needs to be more flexible, allow the players to just go out there and do their thing. But I don't think it's a problem.
Talking about this, Ayo, we saw that match against Bilbao. He played easy at the wing. Many has come out to call out that this is a guy that plays in the left midfield position or probably in the central, the same Odegaard. So same thing with Martinelli as well. Martinelli was a prospect from Ronaldo to Ronaldo. It was his prospect as a central forward. He got to Arsenal, was placed by the left.
Yeah.
We've seen this with Jerome Timber as well. I mean, should we agree on football that if Arteta play these guys at their natural position, it will be different ball game entirely in terms of the kind of results we'll be grinding out?
Yeah, the truth is Arteta has done a fantastic job at Arsenal.
Yeah.
He's made the defense so solid and he's brought in players.
And he's made the attack weak. We're focusing about the attack now.
Yeah, I know, but so he's built the team stability from the back. The team has been stable from the back. The midfield has been very tight. But the problem is Arteta is so concerned about not losing than winning these days. Sometimes the game is there for the taking. But Arteta sometimes, I think he's so obsessed about not conceding a goal.
Controlling the game.
There are so many times you have so many creative players on the bench. You've got AZ on the bench. Case in point, the Liverpool game. Add AZ on the bench, add Odegaard on the bench, add Iwaneri on the bench, add Max Doman, which I think he was too young to start that game. But apart from that, add so many creative machines, but decided to go with 4 old midfielders, right? You don't get creativities from those guys. Those guys can only give you, can only stop the opposition from scoring. But what happens when you want to go forward, right? So I think he needs to let the handbrake off. He's got the players to get those goals, but I don't know why he just keeps, complicating matters himself.
All right, guys, let's move on to something not complicated. I myself just still quite feel that it's become the trend for Arteta playing players out of position. I mean, I don't know if I'm very sure you guys should agree with me on that, and that's one of the biggest problem I see with him. Now let's talk about another African spotlight. Talking about Yusuf Mboji, Slava Prague played 2-2 to Boudou Clement. Another Champions League night, another African player made in the headlines. It's not the Koulibaly, it's not the Anguissa, it's not the Victor Osimhen, it's not the Sadio Mane. But the interesting part of it is that he's a centre back. And he got 2 goals from this game. I'm talking about from the African angle of why we're talking about this. For Senegal, this is interesting to see our defenders contributing to goals in Europe. A defender of that and it's not Koulibaly doing that. It's Mboji giving the attacking threat in the UCL game. Lekon, imagine a fullback scoring twice in the Champions League.
Yeah. I was shocked. No. They call me. Some people call me a president because I do election. I run manifesto. But I would just leave them for them to say what they want to say. I don't know.
Quickly, let's just go. I just feel like a Senegalese, football fan person now. How are you going to feel about this?
Yeah, it's so very good that we have African players doing so well in the Champions League, and we've had players being there on that, and in recent years it's so good that we've had quality players all over Europe, especially in big teams. And surprising thing is that this guy is a fullback, got 2 goals.
That's
he
quite
can.
amazing.
I just want to see. What he does on a consistent basis because we want these guys to play in the best leagues in Europe.
Yeah, and we want them to keep representing and of course that's why we are spotlighting him. I don't know if Olale has 1 or 2 things to say about this.
Well, I'm a kind of a traditional football fan, and I believe a defender. Yeah, it's sensational for a defender to score 2 goals. It puts you on the mark. Everybody hears about you at about. I believe a defender should defend. Yeah.
All right. So
I didn't share my thoughts.
All right, please let's move away from that quickly. Yusuf Mboji, brace scorer. Reminder that you can be and the funniest thing about the game is that it was a goal coming from a position many never saw coming. Nobody could have predicted that you have a defender scoring 2 goals. All right, quickly let's talk about Harry Kane and the art of penalty taking. I don't know if you guys watch that match.
Yeah.
Lekon, of course, I know Lekon is Mr. Investment. He will definitely be there. Jamie Carragher has created Harry Kane as one of the greatest goal scorer ever. Fit. You know, he has called him the most reliable penalty taker of his generation. I mean, 391 career goals in 602 appearances. Can Kane stop scoring at all?
No, not yet. He's still in his prime, even though he's in his 30s now, but he's still scoring goals, and he's still going to score loads of goals. Where it was evident against Chelsea, you know, you could see how calm he was when he wanted to take that penalty, and you could see that the players were so confident in him. They were only even Conrad Lima and Ulisse were having a chat. When Kane wanted to take that penalty, they were so confident he was going to score, and even after he scored, they didn't go on to celebrate. They were still having the chat.
Kane.
So,
Lekon, another penalty, another pin. Is Kane the best penalty taker in the world right now?
Right now, yes, is right. No, not right now. Let's say my second choice. It was Ronaldo would be my first choice. So second choice, I'll go for
Ronaldo
Kane.
that lost the penalty in the Champions League final.
It happens to best of us, you know.
that was around 2008.
Ronaldo defenders.
It happens to anybody.
Are you picking Ronaldo because don't let us even go into that?
Well, Kane is doing well. No, he's doing well for himself.
And the craziest thing about how he plays this penalty, like keeper knows where he's going to play this ball to, but yet they can't stop it.
Yeah. I think as a striker, strikers like that, they build on confidence. Kane is a very confident striker. He scores anywhere he goes. You are guaranteed goals. You know, and for the penalty, you know, it also builds on confidence. I remember when Ivatoni was scoring penalty for Brentford. You know, just exactly, he's going to play it with power. You know, he's going to strike the ball. You already know where the ball is going, but you can't stop it because of the confidence and the determination that which they used to pick the ball.
I guess we've had something like this too with the Rashidi Yekinis as well. They're going to tell you, this is where I'm going to play.
So much power into the ball.
This is where I'm going to play the ball.
The power and the precision.
But you dare not stop it.
You know, I'm just happy. You know, when I watch Bayern game, because you know what they do, like 2 goals, I can, you go bring up come. You know,
investment everywhere. So it means, So it means if Bayern are chasing the Champions League with on pen, it's like Kane is a cheat code. All right, let's talk about another cheat code. This guy made scoring just so easy. Cole Palmer. I mean, the lone bright spark in Munich match that day. I mean, he strike past Manuel. So simple, so clean.
Ease.
Me and Ayo had to talk about this guy over and over. You know, I mean, again,
He's
his
a
finish,
fantastic footballer.
superb.
Yeah.
You know, even when Bayern dominated the game, Palmer was one of the Chelsea players that looked like
He actually stood out in that game because you don't have to, you don't need so many minutes to prove yourself in a game. Palmer just needed a minute to just show that he's up there with those guys.
Yeah.
Nico, why do you think Palmer stand out?
I think his style of playing is fantabulous. No, fantabulous. I love him. I love watching Palmer. I love seeing joy. Like this kind of joy when you're watching.
Did you invest on Palmer to score?
Yeah, of course.
Investor.
Of course. Look, I have PhD and everything. So of course, when I'm watching him, I think Man City will be backing their tongues down for losing him. No,
but they've got talent.
You
can't compare Haaland with
you can't tell me.
Okay, it's good for football, because I can't imagine Pep Guardiola having Palmer and Haaland in his house now.
Unfolding, and those guys, they are probably going to win the league 4 or 5.
When
it done for actually,
when it looks like Chelsea, is just trying to find their identity in Europe. The recent player that seems that he has found his identity, has found his place in that team. He has cemented his position, Cole Palmer, and he's just that player. So, I mean, how should we say this? That what do Chelsea do without Cole Palmer?
Yeah, I think I think Chelsea is a very fertile ground for Palmer to thrive. You know, Palmer is a kind of player that just needed to prove something. You know, he was at Man City. He has Bernardo Silva. He has De Bruyne. A lot of fantastic players ahead of him. We already knew that Palmer was a very good player, even in Man City. But going to that Chelsea team, a very young team, as the one of the headline best player in the team, you know, he just took the bull by the horn, and he has been fantastic for Chelsea.
Ayo, do you think Chelsea rely on this guy too much?
Absolutely.
I mean, because if he doesn't spark, who else is stepping up?
When he doesn't do something, it's always hard for the others to come up with, the goodies.
Yeah.
And I don't blame the guys, because every team, every team has an X factor, and for Chelsea, Palmer is the X factor.
Yeah, definitely.
He always get Chelsea something out of nothing. Against Bayern, that game could have been a whitewash. Imagine a Palmer not in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea would have been taken to the cleaners, but he just gave them that lifeline. That is what that guy does. He's a fantastic player.
All right, Palmer is becoming Chelsea identity in Europe. I mean, no doubt about that. Kane, day for Bayern. Palmer, day for
Chelsea.
Bayern.
Don't put them in the same discussion. Chelsea. I'm sorry. I don't want to shout to you. No, go.
All right, maybe go Liverpool a bit, guys. The Reds are making it a bit of, leaving it late again. I mean, Liverpool have scored 5 decisive goals in the last 10 minutes of their matches this season. Against Bournemouth, 88 minutes. I mean, against Newcastle, 90 plus 10, 3-2. Against Arsenal, 83 minutes. And against Burnley as well, the Hannibal and ball, unfortunate in season, 93 minutes. And against Atletico as well. I mean, we saw this happen at 10 minutes as well. Guys, this is not coincidence anymore. It's becoming like an identity.
Toby, it's an act of champions, right?
Yeah.
That is what champions do.
Exactly.
When you feel like they are going to lose a game or draw again, they just show their class.
Come up with something.
But on the long run, I don't really feel like Liverpool would want to go that route. Because you don't get... In as much as we want to talk about, them coming with late winners, but at the same time, they'll be thinking we have to win games early. Because there are sometimes you won't get lucky. You're going to want to ride on that luck for a long time. You want to kill games early. And what I've noticed about Liverpool this season, though they've been winning games of late, or they've been, winning games, doing what they're doing at, dead minutes. But then they need to start winning games early. Because I think they've still got some positions to strengthen. Because this season, I think that the defense line has been shaky.
Talking about defense line, I mean, Liverpool backline hasn't fully settled. I mean, we saw they wanted to sign Maguire. And do you guys think Liverpool not getting someone to fill that defense position is going to hurt them this season? Because if I'm going to have my question mark, the only question mark I'm having on Liverpool this season, why I can't bank my 100 on them to win the EPL or to go all out this season, is because they don't have solid defense.
I think they do have a solid defense, but
they concede goal cheaply.
Deputy is okay. What happens if Konate gets injured? Because
exactly. What happens if Van Dijk
known
gets injured?
Konate for? No, Van Dijk has been consistent with fitness, but the problem has been Konate.
Old.
Yeah, he's
old and weak.
I think he's in his twilight of his career. But that's by the way. But for Konate, we've never known Konate to go the season uninjured.
Exactly.
So what happens when he gets injured? Because you can't always back on Joe Gomez. He's also an injury-prone player. So not getting Maguire is probably going to go Liverpool, because when the game starts to come in thick and thin, what happens?
Yeah. Okay. Now let's look at it from this angle. Liverpool biggest strength, of course, this season has been the attacking force. So what happens when they play, a solid defensive, a solid defensive side, and they concede this goal early, and they thrive. I don't think this is going to save them if they play, the giants like PSG. When the competition gets more bigger and they're playing more tougher team. So I'm still going back to that. How much more would Liverpool not getting a defender hurt them this season? Lekon?
I don't want to even because this. I don't want to even.
You don't want to say anything about this?
Yeah, because Liverpool are not going anywhere. No, Liverpool are not going anywhere. The cup is for me. No.
Who are you?
Who are you? Can we know you?
I'm Manchester United.
All right. Well, you, 120 seconds.
Well, I feel everybody knows in the Liverpool coaching team that they need a reinforcement, and that was why they had to go all in for Gray, and they fell through. They couldn't do it. But I'm very sure Liverpool, they are going to strengthen their defense in the January transfer window.
You can't let it budget before January.
I'm very sure. See, what I believe is, just as AY said, that Van Dijk is a very fantastic player and he's known to always play. And they have Endo. Endo usually play in that position, and so I think they will still be fine till when the next transfer window opens. And I believe they are still.
And the good thing for them, they're already setting the pace in the Premier League, right?
Yeah. Exactly, 5 points.
5 points already
ahead
of everybody.
No thanks to Arteta that is not in the world.
No, we don't have.
All right, guys, let's talk. I mean, but what I quite have seen about them is the consistency at which they get this 9 minutes goal. And it just gives you one thought. You are not safe until the refs blows. Yeah. And in Europe, that's a scary reputation to carry. Playing a team for almost 90 plus minutes, and it's still like 2 minutes to play for, and you're still like, hey, because you guys, these guys can, just come to, get the goals anytime. Let's talk about a young guy, the history maker, Mbuma. I mean, at 17 and 19 days, becoming Liverpool's youngest player in the major European competition. That ranks him second amongst English players in UCL, just behind Jack Wilshere. 16 years old, 329 days. And let's we look at this from the angle of this can be another promising player for the Super Eagles. Are you guys not sharing this sentiment? Bro, come on.
Look, Toby. Unless you want the lie to yourself, right?
Look, got to play for us. Can play for us.
If the three lions come calling today,
they won't call it.
Rio go play for us.
You go bomb picking. You talk to me. You're picking people play for Nigeria.
No, don't let us. I don't want us to to talk down on our beloved country. But the truth is, when you have two options, because let us be, in as much I want to be patriotic, I also want to be sensible, right? When you have three lions calling and you have the Super Eagles calling, and you have an opportunity of playing at the next World Cup that the Super Eagles does not have.
Yeah, well, we still have our calculators out.
Exactly. Calculator we don't break. Look, Toby, if you were Rio, would you choose the Super Eagles?
Well, if I were Rio, I'm going to advise Rio that you should just keep the consistency. Eventually that Nigeria chooses him, and it could become one of the most.
Whether we like it or not, right? Whether we like it or not, we always come up as second choice. Look, if the three lions called Iwobi at that time, Iwobi wouldn't play for us. Yeah. If the likes of Trust, if the Dutch national team called Trust would never play. Look, it is not rocket science.
All right, let's focus on you, Boomer. Youngest player in Liverpool, second youngest Englishman in UCL. That's massive. Lekon. To be on that list behind Wilshere and ahead of his age, that's serious company.
It's a good one for him. I watch that guy and I see joy. When I watch the guy, because he plays very well. Like he understands
confident
the assignments. Yes.
Diego Simeone was sent off after clashing with Liverpool fan John Porter, who reportedly guarded him from behind the dugout. And this is the same fan that has been sent out before. Talked about some episodes back. We talked about fan provocation and UEFA discipline angle. Now, Simeone losing it with a fan, red card meltdown, press cafes. He stormed out of the press conference. Classic Simeone doings, if you had asked me.
Yeah. The truth is, coaches have to be protected. Blood runs through their veins too. But Simeone is in a very delicate situation right now. Atletico are not winning games; they are struggling. So they from 2-0 down, they equalized 2-2. At that point, he thought they had got a point. So losing the game at that minute, anyone could lose it. And at that point, he had the altercation with the fan, and the fan, of course, has history in bullying and all sorts. So, I mean, they actually have to be protected.
This same fans who went on Twitter to tweet on X that do I get the assistant? Of course, I want to argue with Ayo, but I was just like, come on, let's be real. Simeone, let's complete. I'm coming. Simeone got rattled out. One fan called under your skin. He lost his control. I mean, for a coach of his stature, if you had asked him, I quite feel that's poor. You can't let Anfield drag you out like that.
You have to agree that Simeone is under immense pressure.
Simeone is always emotional. He's always emotional.
No, just like Mr. Lincoln.
I'm not emotional. Today I came on unemotional, so I was. So
you left your emotional too.
my emotion. I don't look for house. So it was Simeone. One don't say Simeone the emotional. You watch that game against Juve this thing, Athletic Madrid, where they do one celebration, home celebration. But what I'm trying to say is that I can't blame him. Because he's under immense pressure. As I said earlier, as I said, I give you.
No, you don't have to give me an answer. It's just.
as I said earlier. But there's one. I watched his interview, and what he said. He said. When the fan called him,
did I get an assist?
Argentina. That was when he lost it.
That's just banter.
How do you ever protect managers from fans like that?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think managers should be protected. Not only managers, there should be a clampdown on fans. I think fans that go to the stadium to watch football, they believe they can do anything to the players. We have seen it with players. I've seen it with racist abuse, and I think there should be a proper clampdown. Like the history of this guy, they said he has done it before. I don't think he should even be stationed very close.
No, he's been banned, and he's been banned before.
Yes, and I think they should put him in a place. The seat that they should put him should be very, very far away. Yeah. I think the football clubs and UEFA should really have a clampdown because these coaches, they are also
I think I quite agree that UEFA should never never let him sit there in the first place.
And it's becoming a trend at Anfield. If you could remember against Bournemouth, a fan on the wheelchair.
Yeah, is it with Semenyo?
Yeah, definitely.
A fan in the wheelchair was actually escorted out of the stadium based on what he said.
However, it's two-sided for me. I'm on the side of accountability. Simeone has been, he has been there before.
Yes.
He should know better.
Yes.
You can't lose it because one Joker fan is shouting behind you.
But calling me Argentine Arteta is crazy.
But professionals are also humans.
Exactly.
We can't forget that sometimes it can also lose it. Look, even Jesus lost it when
let's move.
Yeah, no, it's the truth. They are also human, so we can't entirely fault him. Yeah. Even though sometimes you have to keep your emotion in check.
Maybe both sides need checks. Manager, stay calm. UEFA, clean up the stand.
But we have never known Diego Simeone with calmness.
It's never been that kind of man.
So I think.
And again,
Simeone was always good.
And again, to play devil's advocate. Man, I go save my money. I go save money. I don't go buy food. I don't go buy this. I will come stadium and come watch my. They play one match for me. I don't go first. So I go first now. So na emotion.
So I guess it's just a thing of accountability versus protection.
Yeah.
No, both sides are valid.
Exactly.
Probably Simeone lost his head. Yes, but
As he
UEFA
does,
still
always.
letting repeat offenders sit near the bench. That's a recipe for chaos.
Exactly. 100%. That's perfect.
Okay, either way, Anfield under the lights delivered another Champions League soap opera.
Yeah,
We
good
talked
for
about
them.
it.
Good for
From
them.
Simeone to Boudou minute.
But even I say we don't get classics for Anfield now between Atleti and Liverpool.
I don't
remember some years ago it was Morata scoring the winning goal. So
I feel say Liverpool don't get that spirit of that's the way everybody they get. We say last minute
never
goal.
say die.
Never say never.
All right, talking about never say die. It be like say one brother don't wake up, brother Rashidi. Rashford, you see a champion.
Yeah.
I mean, go up the
Why are you clapping? I don't want to cut use
I mean, Rashford moved from Barcelona was questioned by some fans like Lincoln.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can he outshine what he did at Manchester? First Champions League games, Lincoln Rashford don't answer you loud.
See,
It's still a big game.
see,
player.
I'm just astonished because Rashford is 1 minute man. Con that on. But on a serious note, man, Rashford, it's a good one for him, you know. But he has been there before.
Right.
We know what he can do. He's not that kind of a person. That he's not consistent. He will be. No, wait. He will show for one matches. For one match, he will ghost for 100. He will ghost for 100 matches. So Rashford, I'm not in the conversation. I don't want to talk about him.
Right, Marcus Rashford, becoming the first ever English player to score for Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah, good one for him. And you have to appreciate the mentality, right? That's something that's always been in the question. Can he break it at Barcelona? Can he get into the spotlight again? He's not a bad player, don't get me wrong. But he's always struggled with consistency, and he's got problem off the pitch. But he's coming to Barcelona against Newcastle, an English opposition, getting 2 goals, 2 fantastic goals at that.
And don't forget the header too.
Yeah, that's what I'm
he
saying.
showed he can
2
mix up. He
fantastic
can mix
goals,
it up.
yeah. But what can he do on the consistent basis? Like he's played about 3 games before that particular game. It didn't do much. So we want to see what he can do on the consistent basis. Then we can start judging if he's back to where
Yes,
where he was.
The goal.
Yeah.
Should we call that the goal of the week?
Yeah.
absolutely.
They are fantastic goals, and the fact that he got a brace, I think that's a very, 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 very commendable. But I think Rashford going to Barcelona, the consistency we are looking for, we might not really see it, because Barcelona, we know they have very fantastic wingers. We are talking about Yamal, we're talking about Rafinha, we're talking about Daniel Homo that's not even playing out. So I think what it will do for Rashford is him being playing in a very good team, and it could help him to also come back. But I don't think if Rashford really wants to play, I think he needs to go to a team like Aston Villa where he's going to play regularly, and
say Anthony.
But I also feel like playing a team like Barcelona, they want to compare the situation at Manchester United. He's always expected to do something. But Barca is not the go-to guy, so he's going to have the the confidence, and of course he's going to not play under pressure.
Do you think him not being the go-to guy at Barca has kind of released him of some pressure and has improved his performance as well?
Yeah, I feel so. I feel him not being the go-to guy at Barca has reduced some pressure on him. But as a fan, and I don't want to talk as a pundit now. As a fan, I'm not expecting much from him.
All right, are we saying he's writing history now? Is it too early to say that?
It's too early. Come on.
I mean,
I think it's too early. It is too early.
come on, he has come.
Don't let us.
He's become the first ever English player to score.
I think now we are stretching it. Look,
I was listening.
let us keep to this. Let us stick to the script. Let us see what he can do on a consistent basis. Look,
I get the angle.
yeah, let us
If
see
you know,
what he
you
can
know.
do
From the
on-
Manchester
Look,
United.
Look, I bet you if he was the go-to guy at Barca and he had that first 3 performances he had, I think he would have gotten a lot of sticks, right?
Yeah.
But now people don't talk about those things. They talk about the Newcastle one because he's not the go-to guy and people don't expect much from him now.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about. He calls himself the special one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The man.
the man, the man with the press himself.
Yeah.
At some points in England, he called a particular manager specialist in failure.
Yeah,
Mm.
Mr. Arsene Wenger.
Very, very depressing.
Guys, Mourinho back at Benfica. And the craziest part about it was this same Benfica that cost Mourinho to lose his last job.
There's a plot twist in there. There's this particular guy. I don't forget the guy's name. Akan Koglu or something. I don't want to murder his name now. That guy scored for Benfica against Fenerbahce, knocked out Fenerbahce. But after the game, he transferred to Benfica. He transferred to Fenerbahce. Then Mourinho went the other way. So I mean, football is a crazy sport, honestly.
All right, José Mourinho, 25 years after his first spell, only in 11 games, and in 2002, when he's back at Benfica. In between, he's had 2 Champions League, a UEFA Cup, Conference League, 8 league titles. He's 62. He's back at Portugal at a club he once left, and he said he didn't feel backed.
Yeah.
I mean, is it not a matter of hype versus risk?
Look, Toby, there's something we are going to appreciate Jose for. Jose knows how to reignite rivalries. He knows how to make entrances, right? When he was in Portugal before now, when he was at Porto, before Porto it was at Benfica, right?
Yeah.
Went to the rivals, opposite rivals, Porto, started a rivalry, left to England, went to Chelsea, started a rivalry. Even Chelsea were never in the picture before Jose came in on seated Sir Alex Ferguson and started a rivalry as a Wenger. Left for Italy, started a crazy rivalry between Inter and Milan. Left for Real Madrid, started a crazy rivalry between Barca. I'm back in Benfica. Look, Jose knows how to play these games. And of course, don't forget the rivalry created between Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. It was crazy.
In the few months that he spent there.
It was only there for 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Okay, season. Let's just wrap it up. A season, but he made so many crazy entrances. He made the league very interesting. And people are always looking forward to watching Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. Now that he's back, we know what I'm looking forward to what Jose does in the game between Benfica and Porto. I want to see.
All right, Ayo, I'm coming to you. I haven't talked about the hype. Now let us talk about the risk. His last league title was in 2015 with Chelsea. His last trophy was the Conference League with Roma 2022. I mean, does he still has it? Is this not like, risky, your body risky?
Yeah, there is always an element of risk when you sign Mourinho. But let me just put it out there. If I'm a director or the CEO of a football club, without blinking, I'm going to sign Mourinho. Even if it's just 6 months. He's a coach that brings the spotlight. You understand? But there is risk because every one of us knows it. Just as you have said with the statistics, it's been long that you want something. The last cup that it was the Conference League with Roma. So we are not really sure if Mourinho still has it. All the power, all the grad I used to use, or the Chelsea days, we are not really sure. But it's a risk. It's a very big risk because it may work, it may work. But one thing you will get with Mourinho is the spotlight.
And of course, you get the trophies.
Exactly.
Don't let us take that away. I think
winner.
He's someone that can give you the trophies. But what the problem with Jose is that he's not a long-term manager. He's not a manager that you can start a vision with. If you want a long-term project, Jose is not the man. But if you want a short-term success,
to come in, scatter everything, win a trophy, and just win a win.
Just go. Yeah. That is the kind of manager he is.
Lekon, what do you have to say about Jose Mourinho?
I say Mourinho is a system himself. Himself is a system because he goes all the emotions. If you talk about emotion, if you talk about unpredictable, you can't predict him. If you talk about story, talking about reading your opponent tactics, So I actually love Mourinho because and he's good too. He's always had issue with big players. So that's why.
But talking about the players he had issues with, if you are going to look back at it, he was right. If you look at the All or Nothing documentary that was done for sports, he talked about the league, his sports right.
See where they are today.
He talks about indiscipline about Rashford and Pogba. See where they are today.
And his famous quote, if don't forget, where they play, how they play, and what blah blah blah. Football heritage. Jose has dropped so many quotes for us that you look back and you be like, this is a classic.
So it's for me actually it's more looking like legacy versus reality. Of course, just like everyone have said, Mourinho brings box office back to Portuguese football. No doubt about that. But the question is, can he still deliver trophies? So it's
I think we have to wait and see.
And just like Ola have said that, if I'm a club manager or if I'm a club director, I'm definitely talking about this. Rui Costa knows that he needs Mourinho for his survival because he was just signed
election is
around the corner.
Is Mourinho? Can you say Mourinho is top 5? This thing. Manager in the world.
Presently.
It's not the
top 5 manager.
Look, if you're we have to look at who are the managers on this list. Are they better are they better than Mourinho on a good day?
And talking about materials, if you're even looking at that he has not got anything so strange, so we need to look at the clubs he's managed. from that moment that they have not done so big. And I quite feel that another thing about him is a bold manager. I remember when he came to England and his first press conference, he said, I guess indirectly what he was trying to say, that's what brought about the special one.
Yeah.
Let me make point there. I think what is happening with Mourinho now is that, see, scattergun approach will always catch up with you. A lot of clubs, they want stability. Big clubs don't really trust Mourinho like that anymore, because they know the kind of person Mourinho is, who comes to the club, do everything, but it gets to you. You cannot compare with somebody like Pep Guardiola, very calm, spend 3, 4, 5 years, go and rest for a year, come back. It's calm. But the scattergun approach, sometimes I think it's really catching up. Mourinho is still a fantastic coach, but
losing the dressing room at the dying minute of leaving the club.
Exactly. So,
apart from Inter, that he had a kind of very sweet transition from Inter to Real.
To Real Madrid.
Yeah. All others has been at dying minute. Even at Manchester United, he started having issues with Pogba.
Don't forget, he didn't spend many years at Inter Milan. I think he spent 3 years with them.
Yeah. And he got them Champions League.
I guess
that's the best team of and the Mourinho that we saw when he came back to Chelsea in 2015. That was a fantastic Mourinho side. That had the Fabregas, Diego Costa, and everything in it.
Funny thing, I'm looking at my script now. I'm seeing expensive problem.
Yeah, Mourinho is quite expensive.
Yeah, it's actually expensive. You're going to pay through your nose to get him.
Yeah, it's quite expensive.
But something is going to guarantee you his trophy.
All right, so either way, success or failure, Mourinho at Benfica box office is kicking off.
As you can see.
And let's wait and
see. And they are in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So it's going to hide to the spice.
Looking forward to what he says when they play Porto. I just want to see what he says against Porto. Because Mourinho is definitely going to say something about them.
I am the special one.
Yeah.
This man is a specialist.
He actually started with the chosen one. There were times he said he was chosen one, then he changed. He said, no, I'm not chosen. I'm the special.
Okay, guys, that's Football Yarn. That's our package. It's episode 36. Leko, what's your parting shots before we draw the line? Draw the curtains, rather.
Mourinho, going for Mourinho at Benfica, started his career there. So I'm looking forward to watch him, And this is Lekon, man of many inspiration. I talk it, I say it. I love what I say. I don't say rubbish.
Now you sabi.
PhD in love.
Ayo.
Yeah, it's good to do this again, right? Guys, keep subscribing to all our socials. You know them already. I don't need to sound the alarm again. On Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Audiomack. Which one again? Apple Podcast. I've mentioned that. So subscribe to all our pages. And of course,
need to talk about the giveaway on the Twitter.
Yeah, on giveaway. We always run giveaway every match day. So just go there to predict just drop your predictions and drop your comments also, and be sure that we are going to give something. That is if you get your prediction right.
And so, Lali, we hope you'll be joining us in body next time.
Yeah. It has been exciting joining you guys today. Very, very nice. I've been enjoying myself. My parting shot is, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I hope Liverpool's 9-minute goals will run out very soon. A very passionate Arsenal fan who wish to smash Arteta's head right now.
Arsenal fan.
Thank you very much. Keep listening to Football Yarn on all our pages. God bless you.
All right, guys, that's our package. This is Football Yarn episode 36. Now, football with the yarn, we know the words.
We know the need.